it's going to be a really big challenge. And it underscores issues that education leaders have been talking about for a long time.
Kevin, we've heard some of these stories so far from states that have gone to much work from home orders. Washington State has talked about this. I've seen this in Whitman County, Washington, basically them saying, hey, the IT system in this county is being taxed by so many people now working from home, whether that be for actual work or they're just staying at home. They actually sent out a press release recently to say, stop maybe watching so much Netflix during the day because our county services need it to function. I'm curious how maybe you feel the infrastructure of Idaho is set up to have that happen. Many, students, if the school districts have to go to this online education model, if many work employees are staying at home to work from home and then taking up bandwidth, is that going to tax the critical infrastructure of Idaho, particularly in some of these rural districts or rural areas, and heck, whether they even have a lot of broadband access in some of these more rural areas?
That is going to create a lot of challenges for communities, and it's going to create a lot of challenges for schools. I'll just use West Ada as an example again, because they're concerned about it. And again, this is a suburban school district, fairly low poverty rates relative to the state average. They already know that 9% of the households in that district do not have internet. So they're going to have a challenge of trying to figure out, well, how to get students logged on and doing work and doing meaningful work. How do you continue the educational process in that kind of a situation? And that's West Ada. And like I say, that's a more middle class to upper middle class school district by Idaho standards. You get out into rural Idaho, remote areas where it's kind of hard sometimes just to get the internet access, period. Just hard to get that fiber out to some of these rural communities. It's going to be a really big challenge, and it underscores issues that education leaders have been talking about for a long time, issues of access, the potential for widening gaps in access, achievement gaps, even in this short-term emergency pivot to online learning. It's going to be a real challenge. And again, we're only 48 hours as we speak right now. We're only a couple days in, and districts are now just trying to figure out, well, how are we going to do this? We're going to educate kids in this digital setting. We're going to make this dramatic transformation in learning that we could not have imagined having to do just a few weeks ago. How do we do it? And how do we get the devices in the hands of the kids? How do we get them logged onto the internet? Do they have to work in the parking lot of the school and tap into the Wi-Fi from the school? How is this all going to work? It's a big transformation, and it's happening in stunning real time.
You can see more of Kevin's reporting on these and other topics at idahoednews.org. And for more Northwest news on coronavirus and all other topics, come to our website, NWPB.org. Thank you for joining us here in the unique Northwest.